Bafana Bafana is the best team in the world. Hey!
Yo, football fans, it's me, Football Fakir, and I'm back with another episode of my series called Road to the World Cup. And yes, I'm still under the weather, but it's the knockouts of the World Cup. We own to the last 32, and in today's video, I'll be speaking about my pre-match thoughts about the South Africa versus Canada game. It is happening later today, so don't forget to tune in, support the boys. But let's jump straight into the video. So before we continue and jump into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do share this out to all your friends and family. It really helps the channel grow. We do interact with all the people who comment. So thank you so much if you have liked, subscribe, and comment on the previous videos. If not, we do appreciate you for just watching. However, please don't be shy. It takes nothing to subscribe or the like button. So with South Africa, we're going to this game as underdogs, and I think we're going to be underdogs for the rest of the tournament, how far we get. But obviously, when you go into a knockout stage game, form goes out of the window. And it's all what happens within that 90, 120 minutes or in that penalty shootout. If the team sets up defensively, can be a 0-0, go to extra time, go to penalties. You can take one mistake from one player to cost you a place in the next round. So it's all important that Africa goes out there, be switched on, and expect the onslaught of Canada from the start. They're going to come at you. They're going to press you hard. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to attack you quickly. And Jesse Mars has Canada playing direct football. Reminds me of the old Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. Midfielders get the ball, you get it wide to your wingers crossing the box. If the wing backs are pushing up high, the centre backs try to find a diagonal pass. They try and play a 1-2, cross into the box. It's going to be tough. And if you look the way Canada played, I just think at Qatar game Qatar was caught off guard, conceded early, and then the onslaught happened 6-0. So how does South Africa set up against Canada? Today's video will mainly be just about the tactics and how we can stop them, how we can score, and what will happen in the match. So we should set up the same way we played the last game. Besides one change should happen. So I'll keep my predicted lineup now, and I'll speak why I normally do the predicted lineup last. But I'll do the predicted lineup first today, and then I'll speak through the game plan. So the team will stay the same as the game against South Korea. It's Ronald Williams in goal, Mudau right back, Mudiba left back, the two centre backs, Imi Okon and Mbokazi. Yeah, after this brilliant game against South Korea, I think he should go on the bench. Tebogo Mokoena comes in straight into that position there. Talent and Bata next to him. And the reason for Tebogo coming in for Yaya, I just feel that if you get a penalty, you're going to get that moment. We need someone to step up, and you can't leave Tebogo on the bench. As much as you don't change the winning formula, and as well as Yaya did in the last game, I personally feel that Tebogo should start and Yaya should be on the bench. And this is where the criticism will come in. If things don't go well for South Africa, you will hear the fans say that Tebogo should have started or Yaya should have started or whoever. So it's just, again, one thing is to trust the tactics of the coach and his staff. Let them do their thing. They know what they're doing, and let the boys work. So obviously in defensive midfielders, Tebogo and Talent. On the right hand side, Maseko again. He needs to work on that finishing. In the attacking midfielder position is Relem Fukeng. On the left, I saw Ozan Paulus again. And up front, Evidence Magopa has proved why he should start. So if you look at that formation I just selected, it's again the same things that I mentioned previously. Is that Pirates combinations and that Sundowns backline, if you can put like it the way around, you can play it into Tebza's feet, and then he plays it to Sailor or to Mudiba when he receives it there. The understanding between the players and Imi Okon and Bokazi, two young boys, 22 and 20 years old, or 20 years old. Imi Okon is about 21, 22. Bokazi 20, gelling together. You can see they're growing as a pair. Their first friendly was together was when they played, I think, Panama. Yeah, Panama here in Cape Town. It was their first time together, playing next to one another. And you can see the partnership is going, the understanding is there. So with Canada, they play a 4-4-2. They're going to be direct. They're going to try and find the wingers, put the ball in the box. Jonathan David and Carl Laren will fight for everything there. That is how they're going to set up, and that's where we're going to punish them. If they stick to their 4-4-2 formation and we can absorb the pressure they'll put on from the word go, really will be so important for us to find that pockets between the centre backs and the midfielders. Because wherever he moves, if they're going to man mark him, they will leave a space somewhere. So really will be so important for us today in terms of making us playing on the front foot. As he has done against South Korea, he was always putting us on the front foot, always receiving on the half turn, or when he receives the ball, he's already facing goals, so he doesn't have much to do. And his work rate was exceptional as well. In defense, Rele was fantastic, so I do see that he might not even start today. And Coach Hugo Broos will go with the Tibogo, Yaya, and talent. But Rele needs to start, in my opinion. And if you're starting Rele, you then need to start Magopa. It's not that it's pointless, but you can't go with Ikram Reyners or Lau Foster because they're not going to get Rele into the game. They want the ball in the channels, in behind the defenders, where Magopa he doesn't mind laying it off back to Rele from the chest or from his head, or competing for the aerial ball and the ball falls to the second ball, Rele picks it up and he makes us play. So that's how we're going to have to set up, in my opinion. Defensively, we're going to have to be or switched on from the word go again. Just like all the other teams, they're going to attack us from the start and it's going to be quick. They're going to try and get an early goal. We just need to be switched on from the word go. If we can have the same performance that Mudau and Mudiba had against Korea, and the same performance O'Connor and Bokaze had against Korea, I think we stand a good chance of winning. I don't see us honestly losing this game. I do see it being tight. It might be a 1-0 win to South Africa. It might even go to penalties. But in attack, I think South Africa, what we need to do is just be quick in our transition. When we do win the ball of Canada, same thing we did against South Korea. If we do win the ball, we find Maseko, we find Magopa, we find Oswin, and we play from there to the oncoming midfielders, to Rele, to Talent, and today in my selection to Tibogo. What I liked in the Korea game, Modiba and Mudau were so disciplined in attack. They knew when to go forward and they knew when to stay. We also didn't take unnecessary shots against Korea compared to what we did against Czech Republic. So that's why I'm saying if Canada sticks to their way they're playing, we will get lots of chance in transition when we do win the ball and counter them on the transition. If they do gonna change the formation and they sit in a more defensive shape, we will be dangerous as well because we saw against Czech Republic that when we have possession, we are dangerous. We just can't find the final pass. And we're growing into the tournament. The confidence is there for the boys now. It's just another game. We go into each and every game with no expectation because no one is backing us besides ourselves. I said this in the last game. The only pressure South Africa has is the pressure from the people who believe in them. And at this point, it's probably proud of them. And the people that don't believe of them, which even if South Africa loses in the final, those fans who don't believe in South Africa will still criticize them. South Africa needs to be solid at the back. The only issue that I have with South Africa is if we do go behind, do we have the ability to come back? We can maybe draw the game, but I don't see South Africa ever coming back and winning a game after being 1-0 down or 2-1 down with a whole second half to go. I always see us coming and equalizing. And it's a South African problem that needs to be fixed. Even our local clubs, we can't get back from behind when we do trail in the match. So it's going to be important that they stay switched on and be competitive, follow the coach's instructions, and just be aware that you another step away from making history. I predicted a last 16 place for South Africa, so I did say that they'll play Canada, and I did say we will win Canada and go to the last 16. It's just up for the boys now to obviously buy into the game plan of the coach and do the job, execute the plan, because I believe Coach Hugo Broos, Helmut Makalele, Sinasipo, the analysts, and the rest of the technical team will have the work done for them. It's a quick turnaround time, but it's going to be a good game. And I predict South Africa 1-0 win. And I do think that Magopa gets on the score sheet from a corner. If it does go all the way to penalties, I know Ronja will do the job, but I do see us winning in 90 minutes. Magopa getting on the end of a cross from Ozunopoulos. I have a picture of this happening. I said Mpata will score the last game. He had the shot that was beautifully saved by the Korean keeper. But I do think Magopa will score as the winner today. And yeah, that's the end of the video. So far, thank you for all the support. I do appreciate all the love that I'm receiving from you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, it's me, Football Fakir, and what do I know about football?